right, Fathom Events dropped their 2024 lineup. The link will be in the description so you can hop over. This is the press release that they sent out as they continue to do their big screen classic series headed into 2024. It talks about some of the different movies. Landmark anniversaries, of course, everything from 1939, 1999, and beyond. 85th anniversary screenings of Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind. My Fair Lady, White Christmas, South Park, and Blazing Saddles are among the list. So I thought we would just run down this list real quick. Have you guys tell me which ones are you excited about? Which ones are you interested to go get tickets for right away? Because it starts in January. So, quote, some of the greatest films ever made are celebrating important milestones in 2024, and Fathom Events, along with our studio partners, is proud to honor them as part of our big screen classic series. Tom Lucas, VP of Studio Relations for Fathom Events. Each of these films continue to attract and inspire new generations of fans, many of whom have never seen these beloved films on the big screen. Tom, so many people have never seen these movies. That's what we need to do is get more people to see these movies. This year's block truly has something for everyone, from outrageous comedies to sweeping epics to intense thrillers, groundbreaking fantasy, and everything in between. We look forward to sharing these cinematic treasures with fellow film enthusiasts, and we are honored to have the esteemed Leonard Maltin back on board to provide unique insights and behind-the-scenes info before each screen. That's really cool. I'm glad Leonard's back. That's awesome. So, all right. So January kicks it off. Wizard of Oz. That's right. The classical music Wizard of Oz turns 85 years old. So that is the January film right there. That's a huge one, man. Definitely need to do a rewatch video with you guys on that one. Groundbreaking film, a foundational film for cinema. Truly a classic. Truly a classic. February is the 60th anniversary for My Fair Lady, Audrey Hepburn, of course. Famous film I have not watched in a very, very long time. So that will be one that I will have on my radar screen as well to do a video on because, I've not watched that in eons. So I would definitely be doing a video on that. Maybe that might be the kind of thing I try to do a partnership with someone like Mags or somebody who's really going to have that sort of like cinematic love of that sort of golden era of Hollywood. So Labyrinth is back in March. So the 1986 film, obviously Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie is the Goblin King. That amazing Henson puppeteering is part of that one. I actually saw one of the other anniversary screenings on this one. So it was probably, so if it's 86. I'm not sure which one I would have saw because we're coming up on 40 years. So maybe the 35. So maybe I saw it in 2021. But I just saw it I saw one of the anniversary screenings and got the upgraded disc and everything on that one. So that's great. April is that Gone with the Wind I mentioned briefly. So yeah, the famous Clark Gable, Vivian Leigh, Hattie McDaniel, all that, just that classic epic film. 85 years. That's crazy. So Gone with the Wind lands in March. Sorry, Gone with the Wind lands in April. So Labyrinth is March. Steel Magnolias, the 35th anniversary will be in May. All-star cast. I'll just read this because this is a movie that's not my thing. Don't care for it, so I will not be doing a rewatch on that one. Sorry, folks. 6 silver screen icons: Sally Field, Dolly Parton, Shirley MacLaine, Daryl Hannah, Olympia Dukakis, and Julia Roberts come together in this hilarious and heartwarming story of life, love, and loss in the small Louisiana parish. So there you go. Maybe you guys are really into Steel Magnolias. That's in May. That one will not be on my radar screen. I apologize for that. If that's something you guys would have been looking forward to, I hate to disappoint, but that's not happening. So yeah, if I do that, it cuts the edge off. So let me see if I just lower that banner up there real quick. Anyway, I don't know. It's frustrating. You can see a little bit better. All right, now then a big one. I gotta be honest, I was very surprised by this move. The 1999 South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut. The 20th anniversary is June. That's right, South Park, their rated R movie. Terrence and Phillip, of course, is a large part of that film. So yeah, this was I was very shocked and surprised to see this make the list. So interesting. Another anniversary film, Neverending Story. The 40th anniversary comes in July. This is a very groundbreaking film that doesn't get credit. I remember we saw the anniversary. We saw, I think it was the 35th anniversary for this one for sure. And we were just blown away at some of the stuff that was the behind the scenes stuff. We went back and it made us want to watch other stuff. Mrs. Pops and I both grew up in this era where this type of stuff was happening with animatronics and technology and fantasy and all that kind of stuff. So just a really, really nostalgic film for us. So that's a Never Ending Story in July. All right, Hitchcock fans. Yeah, you can't. We can't go through this without having some 70th anniversary of Rear Window comes in August. So yes, the famous Jimmy Stewart, Grace Kelly, just truly one of his. It's definitely one of his top 5 films. It's a great film, absolutely incredible film, absolutely incredible film. Blazing Saddles. That's right, the 50th anniversary. We did a talk hard on Blazing Saddles, so we probably need to revisit this one again, just because it needs to get anything with Mel Brooks that's going to push the envelope that far. It is incredible how offensive it was then, and then how exponentially more offensive that feels now. And yet, it's also, we need that. That's what we need. We need more of that pushing of the envelope, bringing that level of comedy back, because that's what actually brings us together and unite over our differences and not be divided by them. Mean Girls, the 20th anniversary of 2004. I've seen this movie once, I think. Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Tina Fey, tons of folks are in this film. I remember this film and I have like a pleasant memory of liking the film, but not to the point where I'm going to go watch an anniversary screening of it. So I'm going to put this in the doubtful category of a rewatch video, but you know what? You guys are in comments. You guys tell me what you want me to do. Fifth Element, 1997. This will be a November screening of Fifth Element. Fifth Element to me is a completely underrated sci-fi film. I love this movie. We had talk hard on this. Bruce Willis, and man, I tell you what, Chris Tucker's character is just a scene stealer. I love Gary Oldman as Zorg. I think it's just a great film, very underrated film. I really, really love Fifth Element. That's November. Then we close out the year with a Christmas film. That's right, White Christmas, 70th anniversary, the Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye film. Just a great seasonal film for everybody to maybe like put in there right a couple weeks away from Christmas. So actually a week and a half ahead of Christmas, because Christmas kind of falls beginning of a week. So yeah, there you go. So Fathom Events does have a very sort of like robust little bit of everything. Like, I mean, when you think about the classics like Gone with the Wind, My Fair Lady, Wizard of Oz, White Christmas, and then you have, something like Fifth Element, Never Ending Story, but then you also have the South Park and Mean Girls making the cut. It's a very interesting list. Kudos on them, Fathom Events. You guys always deliver. So this is the kind of thing we should do too, especially since we're alive when these movies were in theater. So it's a good experience to be able to try to enjoy that on a big screen and with other people and that kind of thing. So definitely like to put those on my radar screen and try to get out and support those as well. Give Fathom Events our financial support, because this is part of what keeps our cinematic history and love alive, is to support them. So there you have it, folks. Mark your calendars, look it up. The links will be in the description, so you can go over and get your tickets or check those dates, confirm those kinds of things for your calendar. Take care, everybody. I am Pops.
Yeah. Right? And I'm not playing